I got a question for you, dads, and for men. What is the difference between young men, the way they learn in school, and the way girls learn? Because we all know that there is a difference. There is a difference, and let's keep it real. Girls, women go to college, finish, get degrees a lot of times, and a lot of times we don't. So, this is the Raising Karter podcast, the podcast that's dedicated to fathers with sons, but just for men. So we can come somewhere and get information and get game on stuff that we need to know. And today, I got a special guest, got my brother, Said here. I'm going to let him introduce himself, proper introduction.
Yes, sir. I'm Said. Appreciate you for having me. I'm a 24-year-old entrepreneur. I'm also a teacher. Excited to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm ready to talk business, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come up a little closer. Yes. So we got my brother Said here. And that's what I like to do, man, on this show. Have people on here that you can relate to, that other fathers, other men can relate to. So, Said, you teach, you work in schools. Obviously, that's, what do you see with the difference in the young men and, the young ladies in school, the young girls in school? What's one of the things that just pops out to you? Be like, yeah.
I'm going to say distractions out gate right away. Distractions. You can tell right away the young guys, they ready to hoop. They ready to play sports. They ready for recess. They come to school talking about recess right away. So, I think distractions is like pretty much like the one of the top. I'm gonna say 5 things that pretty much is a big headache for the overall learning, because guys we focus on so much other things, and then the ladies they ready to learn, they raising their hand in class, they answering all the questions, and then you turn around, you got the guys playing, whispering, turning around, throwing stuff around the classroom. So I think distractions is and they especially at a young age, it's tough to just sit in a classroom and learn. So I think distractions is one of the big headaches.
Wow, that's something that's not surprising, but it's good for people to know. Distractions, like you said, I can remember school, going back to school. I can remember junior high. When I got off the bus, we was hooping in the morning. That's what I was concerned with. I wasn't concerned with class. When I got off that bus, we was hooping. That was a chance to hoop. So distractions. You said 5 things. What are the other 4 that you see? Just before we go any further, what are some of you got? Distractions number 1.
Distractions is number 1. I say it starts at home as well. So it's all about who you have in the household. Depending on who holds you accountable. If you don't have nobody holding you accountable, then at the end of the day, you go do what you want to do. So,
school's a big joke.
Yeah, I'm just here to hoop. I'm just here to play around. So I guess you could say parents is
number 2.
Number 2. Number 3, I guess you could say, is how much do you actually really want it? So it's pretty much up to
yes,
you.
Sir.
Some people want it. Some people, like a lot of kids, even when I was in school, like you said, man, some days I didn't even care about. I didn't even know we had homework. I was focused on getting to the school to hoop, man. I'm trying to play sports. I'm trying to see what game we got next, who we play next.
Right.
I'm trying to shoot around.
Sure.
So, but yeah, at the end of the day, I think it's all about the parents, the household, accountability, whether you can hold yourself accountable whether you have somebody else holding you accountable for, staying focused and on your schoolwork. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you have some kids that can like hold themselves accountable, but and even if you do have parents that's holding you accountable, if at the end of the day, if you can't hold yourself accountable because they not gonna be they not there at the school,
Right.
so ain't no way they can hold on to your accountability as well while you there.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think that's huge.
And we both know the company you keep, the friends you keep. If your friends ain't doing homework, if your friends don't give a damn about school, how long you think you gonna care? You ain't gonna care for that long. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's hard. It's hard for us to find a group of friends that care about school. You know what I mean? Like, and depending on what school you go to. Now, if you go to a public school, a lot of my friends dropped out of school before getting a high school degree. Now, maybe if you go to a private school, maybe it might be a little higher, maybe, because your parents like, hey, I'm putting your ass in this, you better take school a little bit serious. But a lot of times the friends we keep, males, young boys, all the things said just named, if you running with a bunch of knuckleheads like that don't care about school, you not gonna care either. It's impossible for you to. I didn't start caring about school until all the people that I started school with dropped out, and I was there by myself. So then I was like, well, shit, I gotta do something. You know what I mean? I'm here by myself. I started hanging out with the dudes who actually cared about school, and then I started kind of getting good grades. So it is important for young men but it's hard because you know what I mean. A lot of the athletes, some of the best athletes, man, don't even graduate.
That's tough,
man. You be like, dude, it's cold.
that's
you
tough.
know what I mean? So, but go ahead.
And it's crazy because even like when I was in high school, freshman, so I just wanted to play sports, play football. But as soon as that senior, they tell you all the time, man, you got to focus up, like, knock out them classes, freshman year, sophomore year. Those are the most important. You get to senior year, it's time to turn in them college letters. You don't know nothing about no college letters because you ain't thought about it all 4 years you've been there. So now it's time for you to, be a real man and decide where you want to go to school. What's next?
Right.
Is that uncomfortable conversation you got to have for yourself. And then it's like, man,
yeah, it's
senior year. I don't know what I'm going to do because I've been playing around for the last 3 years. So
right.
I think, and then one more thing to add to that list of 5, I think that the teachers hold a huge role as well, because at the end of the day, if you got teachers that don't really care, they just there for a paycheck,
right?
You definitely go be the class clown. You go,
right?
They go let you slide, whatever. Especially being a student athlete, we all know how that works,
right? You
go slide no matter what, especially if you're a real nice student athlete. Right. So I think if you have a teacher that's that's really on you, that really care about your education first, and then school, and then hooping and all that after, then it'll make a lot of more sense too.
Yes, it'll help you out but I think one reason I wanted to get you on here and want to keep having you on here is because, man, you can count on your hand as many male teachers that you have in your lifetime, and then ones that some don't even, like you said, they just there for a check. You could tell, like, dude don't even care. You know what I mean? Like, he don't even care. He don't even care. And then for the young men that see you now, I was thinking about this, like, man, they see Sad at school. That might be the only male that they see that they have contact with. You go home, it's moms, grandmoms, sisters, blah, blah, you know what I'm saying? Or you got little, older brother, he on his own shit, and, cousins, they on some dumb shit. You only got You see one positive dude all day. You see one positive dude, and that's you. So the importance of male teachers and just people in school is important, and the right kind of male, the right kind too. Because like I said, I went to school and had teachers who just know, like, man, dude don't give a damn. Like he don't,
Right.
he just up here, and you being, you know, you can relate to them. You can relate to them. They can be like, oh, you know what I mean. You can. We need that. We need we young men in school. We desperately need that. You sitting in, you go all day with all female teachers. Man, it's like, dude, this is some bull, dog. Like,
right.
That's hard, bro. Like I remember the male teachers who show interest in me, and as old as I am right now, I still remember it because you need that, bro. You need that. So
yeah, it's important. I actually keep up with one of my teachers that I had since 7th grade.
See,
shout out Whiteside, man. He coaching over there at Wisco.
see,
He stay on me, man.
see.
I actually chop it up with him every day, man. We
That's,
locked in, man, because it's like you said, it's very important.
yeah.
He actually cares. So when I'm in the classroom and I see these young guys that I can tell, just like you said, you got moms bringing them to school. They doing whatever they want. You can tell they off the chain. You know, at the end of the day, you gotta step up and be that positive role model that they looking for.
Right. Right.
And just, settle down and help them grow, man.
Man,
at the end of the day, hey, somebody did it for you, man. So you gotta keep sharing that knowledge down, man. Everybody
exactly.
can use a little knowledge.
Exactly, yeah, man. Like the kids, they need that, man. You know, I mean, they need to see a male figure that they can relate to in school to actually, care about them. You don't have to be the same race as you, but it's even better if he is, but we need to see that. Just going, because I hate to say this, but a lot of times women don't understand young men. They don't understand young men. They don't understand. They don't understand how to motivate a young man. It's mothers who don't understand how to get their sons how to do anything. And you think this teacher is going to be able to you know what I mean? No, she's not. She's not going to know how to get the best out of them. So what is he going to do? Nothing. He's not going to do anything. And you're going to be like, oh, he's going to fail. He's not this and that. No, you don't know how to get the best out of him. You don't know how to do it. And it's true. It's true. That's why having somebody like said, as a teacher, as someone who's around you, it helps. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when we coming up, we think, oh man, I want to play sports, I want to be in music and whatever, whatever you want to be. But like I told you the other day, I'm proud of you for what you're doing, because you can have just as much as an effect on these kids as anybody else. And we need people like that in the schools, man. I'm telling you, we do.
Yeah, they watch everything. Kids watch everything you do. I'm telling you, I don't even have a break at school because the kids, like, I'm in the classroom 24/7. I eat lunch. It's a kid right here. It's a kid right here. I share everything that I have every day, because they glue to you like a sponge, man. Once they find somebody as a teacher, a dog, somebody they really like or they really look up to, they're gonna follow everything you do. Look up to you. And it's an amazing feeling to actually have a impact and influence the younger generation, because you see them grow each and every year. You see them grow up and become something great. And all it takes is you taking that time out to be there for them.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, like I said, we think our path is doing this or doing that, or I want to do this, but look at what what you're doing right now. You probably wouldn't have guessed like, oh, I'm gonna be, no, you know what I mean? Because I knew, you know what I mean? I knew you, you know what I mean? But when I heard that you was doing this, I was like, man, he can have a real positive effect on a lot of children and on a lot of young men, on a lot of young boys, because there's so many young boys and just young people, period, man, that they don't try. Like we, you know what I mean? Like you hear all these statistics and all these things about stuff. I mean, I hate to say it, like I heard a statistic like how young dudes ain't having sex. It's like, how you not trying to like I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand it, but that just goes back to what I'm saying. It's like so many men, they just shut down. Like, I'm cool playing video games, staying to myself. That's just a gateway to depression, man.
I don't think it ain't too much motivation nowadays if you don't got somebody to look up to. That's really everybody nowadays want to, especially the young kids, they want to be kid boys and do all the extra unnecessary stuff. Especially if you don't got nobody that's actually doing something with their life.
Yeah,
it ain't no motivation. It ain't no role models to actually look up to.
No, it's not, man. And I'm not a woman. I don't. But I know as a man, we need somebody to look up to. We need somebody to look up to. Especially in school, you there a big part of your day. So if you don't have anybody to be like, I like going to, SAIS class. I like going to this teacher's class because in that class, he holds me accountable, but I'm actually doing good in that class. I'm ready. I got my homework. I actually know we got homework and I got it. I got my homework. You know what I mean? And if you don't have that, school gonna be, you're not gonna finish. You know what I mean? You have to have a reason and a purpose to finish school. You gotta have, like you said, you gotta, especially once you get in high school and things like that, you gotta hold yourself accountable. Be like, okay, I gotta finish school. Because like you said, your mama and your daddy, they can't do it for you.
Yep. Speaking of accountability, so I also coach at the school I'm at. I coach 7th to 8th grade basketball. We got I think he like 6'1", basketball player, ineligible. He can't play because he can't come to practice because he always got some type of an excuse.
6'1".
So and it's a single parent household.
Yeah,
his mom's.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, she he's a mama's boy. At the end of the day, it is what it is. As coaches, we be trying to hold him accountable, give him chance after chance after chance. We had a huge tournament the beginning of the year, but it was his birthday, so his mom planned some type of little party for him. He missed the whole tournament.
Oh yeah, see.
Hey man, come on, man.
Come on, man. Like you not. Yeah, see, you're not a baller, and you. This is what happens when you. Just had another podcast like that, and it's talking about the harm that's done when your father's not around, the harm that's done, and then to compound on that, you're growing up in a single mother household. So the likelihood of you coming to the tournament, being ready, being serious about it, you're not going to be. What you're going to be serious about is the little party that your mama throwing for you. That's more important than going out there hooping. You 6'1" in the 7th, 8th grade. The party can wait. But that's what your daddy would have told you. That's what your granddaddy would have told you. This party can wait. this party, and I know how serious I was about sports. If I had the party and I didn't play good in the game, I wouldn't have been much fun at the party. That's how serious I was about sports. But like you said, today it's a totally different game now. And a lot of times mothers, what happens is a father or any male figure around you gonna be like, okay, you 6'1", man, you might could go to college and play basketball. We ain't talking about the pros, just college. That's something that you should be taking serious. But a mother will just be like, well, whatever makes, do whatever makes you happy.
And don't get us wrong, we not on here bashing moms,
no,
like that, because I grew up in a single parent household. My mom, amazing, man. She did her thing. She definitely could not fill a male's shoes at the end of the day, but she did exactly what was needed to get me, and more than what was needed to get me to the position I am today. So shout out and kudos to her. Appreciate her, But at the end of the day, we're saying that a lot of times, a huge percentage of the time, it takes a father or a role model as a male to fill those shoes to get the guys where they really need to be.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's just the way it is. Like on this podcast, like I say, this is a podcast for fathers and sons and for men that want to be men. And if that's not what you align with, you in the wrong place. I'm gonna keep it real. Women, single mother households if you got 2-parent households, they say are the best. If both parents on they business. But just as good as a 2-parent household is a father-led household. And then comes single mother. I ain't make that up. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? So just because you're not in the household, dads, that don't mean that you're supposed to dip. That don't mean he's up, job done. She don't want to be with me no more. I can't do nothing for you. No. Just like said, his mother did the best she could. You know what I mean? But like he said, he had other people in his life, teachers, other people who he knew that helped, you know what I'm saying, that helped out. Everybody don't got that. This young man we talking about, he has the opportunity to get that, but the mother's got to be like, go on over there. You know what I mean? Nope, you too big. Go on over. That's where you need to be. See, that's what I'm saying. Mama, you got to go on, go over there and let the coaches help you out. And because you don't want no 6'8"
Mama's
in the crib. Yeah, let them. Yeah, let them. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's we ain't never here, you know what I'm saying, bashing and disrespecting women. I got a wife, mother, stars, all that. But it's just men have to be able to do what we are important. Man, you know what I mean? We have to be able to do what we do with our sons or with other young men that we want to come into contact with. We got to let us do what we do. Let but the young men have to, you got to be willing to take that correction. It's a lot of people it's grown men who, you tell them they did something wrong, they don't want to hear it. They don't like, well, you hate. Like, no, man, I'm just trying to tell you something, though. I'm just trying to tell you something. So you got to get out of that. You got to get out of that. And it's but young men in school, we obviously learn different. We obviously learn different. We not gonna sit still, or like a little girl all day. They're not gonna do that, But like I tell my son, like I tell Karter, you gotta try, man. You know what I mean? You gotta try. It's just you just gotta try. And like said, you gotta hold yourself accountable. But it was some type of class I was going to, and I could tell this teacher did not like it. Cause you got the teacher, the professor, and then you got like they aide or something.
Yeah.
So she was like teaching the class, white chick. I'm coming in late every day. I'm smooth. I'm coming in late. So she probably don't like that. So I could just tell she's like, oh, if you're not, if you're not, shouldn't be in this class, you should go to the class below. I'm like, damn, is she talking to me? Like, I'm like, dude, she like every day, like, dude. I'm like, dude, are you talking to me? It's just like you, bro. I just sitting there. I'm like, I can't. This chick is, I know she talking about me. I know I could tell you talking about me. I just got up, and I just never went back because I'm like, I got a kid. I gotta make some money. Like, yeah. Like people tell you, go to school and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with going to college, but it's like, man, if you got other responsibilities and man, when you grown now, you know what I mean? Yeah, you got one hand people telling you go to college, but then they're like, you grown. I ain't really giving you money like that no more. You know what I mean? Like it's stuff you want, you know what I mean? It's stuff like parents like, so it's like, yeah, I had to dip, man. I had to dip, college isn't for everybody. But I would hope that every young man at least graduate from high school and try to go find some type of trade or something that he's interested in that he can make some money, He you know what I'm saying? But if you could do the college thing, salute, do it. But it's not for everybody. But
especially because at the end of the day, I tell the guys right now, 7th to 8th grade, man, at the end of the day, this hooping stuff go in. So, at some point, it's going to end.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can't make it to the league. So,
yes, sir.
And everybody ain't go hoop in high school. Everybody ain't go hoop in college. It's billions of people in the world. So there's somebody out there that's going to take your spot.
Right.
So this what you got going on off the court really matters.
Yeah, what's that?
You got to figure it out.
Yeah, you got to. If I could tell myself one thing, I would have took school more serious. I would have. Everybody I see all this stupid stuff, man. People, man, all that gangster stuff. Forget all that, bro. Nerds run the real world. Gangsters and thugs run jail. That's where you want. If that's where you want to be, go in there. The smart people, the creative people, and some of the the brown nosers and the kiss ass. They run the outside. So take school seriously. Take it serious. You might ask, oh man, it ain't nothing square about it. Take it serious. Do the best you can while you there. Don't listen to all these people talking all this noise about. Nah, man, take it serious because that's what they're gonna judge you on. Yeah. That's what people are gonna judge you on. That's what you going to get a job. They're gonna be like, okay, okay. Either you got experience or you went to school for okay, and they might give you the job over the person with experience. Be like, oh, you want where? Oh yeah, So don't man, take if I could tell myself one thing, I would say take school serious and try to find something you can do that, like say it's not gonna be sports, okay?
That's just the reality.
It's not you're not going to the league. it's hard enough to go D1. You know what I mean? Like you're not so. But take schools, even man, don't worry about if you behind in this or you ain't at this read. Man, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. Everybody get talked about. People, people drop out of school and quit things because, well, they're gonna talk about me because I can't do this. Man, so what? So what? You ain't even gonna know these people
Right.
after high school. You're not even gonna be friends with these people anymore. You know what I mean? So don't let what other people say stop you, and quit school or stop caring. Nah, man, just everybody gotta, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got hurdles and stuff they gotta overcome. Don't trip on that. For real.
Yeah, I think I would say the same as if I can, tell myself something growing up, take it serious, man. Because like that time that 7th, 8th grade year go come, that year, and you got to figure out where you got to go. It's gonna come fast, man. Then you scrambling to figure out what you're gonna do next with your life. Time don't stop for nobody. So at the end of the day, you got to use the time you have wisely, especially when you're in school, to give it your all, to give it to your best, and to really take it serious. Because ain't too many do-overs you can have, especially at that age.
Exactly. And so what do you say was the number one? You said is the number one factor that young boys don't do good in school. What was that? What was that again?
Distractions.
Distractions. And I think you number 2 was the parents.
Yeah,
Parents. And number 3 I threw in there and said your friends.
Yeah. Company you keep.
The company you keep, the boys you hang around with. Who are the young men that your son is hanging around with? What are the majority of them like? Yeah, it's always one in there, that you like. But what are the majority of the boys that your son is hanging around with? Especially for like the kids that's 7th, 8th grade. Oh yeah, they turned up that age. Don't you think, you know what I mean? You as a mom or a dad, a parent, guardian, you need to be looking at who is his friends and what they own. Because 7th, 8th graders doing all kind of stuff nowadays. You know what I mean? And you thinking, no, it ain't back in the day. You gotta be really vigilant and watching what your son is doing and who are the people that are around him. And that plays a big factor in him in school. It play a big factor with adults. People care what other people think. So you think a 7th or 8th grader ain't gonna affect him? Hell yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. But any father, don't let what other people say about your son get you doubting him too. You know what I'm saying? Or mother. Don't let, teachers will say all kinds of, some teachers like, and I think number 4, you said the teachers, you know what I mean? Cause, teachers will say things about your son and have you, have you thinking some, oh, he's not going to graduate. He's not going to this and that, or he's not going to, if you give up on him, then shit, well, he going to give up on himself.
Yeah.
So don't, you got to take what the teachers say and, it's important what they say, but we still got to be 10 toes down with our kids, man, especially our sons.
So we said distractions, teachers. I think another one I threw in there was just like the mindset of the kid.
Right.
And
You did say that.
What they, how much do they really want? something for themselves. A lot of times, at that age, it can the mindset ain't completely developed because as adults we still developing what we really want to do.
Right.
So, yeah, I think that plays a huge role.
Right.
Some kids want it more than others.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's tough, man.
It's tough. Yeah, it's you right. And as fathers, we have to, or just men, teachers like said, and people, if you come in contact with these boys, you got to let them know the world is different for you. It's going to be different for you than your sister or a little girl. As a man, you're going to be thought of, as a young man, you're going to be thought, okay, I got to provide, I got to, you know what I mean? I got to have my stuff together. You got to. You have to. Or else you're going to be, cast aside or thought of as a, someone who's not doing, a loser or whatever. They're gonna. That's the labels that people are gonna try to put on you. You have to let your son know that, hey man, you don't gotta have it all together, but you gotta at least be trying to get your stuff together, man. For real. So that's one thing that is important to let young men know. No, you don't have to have it all together. No. You're in high school, you're in the 7th, 8th grade. You don't have to, but you gotta try, bro.
Get some type of effort,
man. Yeah, you gotta.
Because the world already got they label on us at the end of the day. They ready to call you something crazy.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, they already got their label on you. So we have to, as a young man, especially as a black young man or a man of color or whatever, you're going to have to grow up a little bit faster. You're going to have to grow up a little bit faster. And it don't help sometimes your dad's not around or, you living in a single parent house. So you growing up faster. But you got to try in school. That's what I want to, that's why I want to have said on here. And we want to talk about kids in school and what fathers can do, and just having a young man on here showing people that, like we said, you're not going to the league, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? What else can you do? What else can you do? You can still have a bag. You don't have to be a rapper. You don't have to be an NBA player. You can have a bag. You just got to find something else that you can do, and don't just go to school and just think it's all about, girls and messing. Because, we all did it. But if we could do it over again, we'd be like, nah, man, you need to take school a little bit more serious, bro. Take school a little bit more serious.
It was something my mom told me growing up that stuck with me, and it still sticks with me now. She told me to add value to the world each and every day, or find a way to add value to the world. So,
yes, yeah, bro.
At the end of the day, man, if, like you said, hooping going in, you got to figure out a way to add some type of value, knowledge, some type of, give to the world.
Right.
It ain't all about you at the end of the day. That's gonna be the difference that sets you, and
That's gonna be she was 100% right. And that's the way to be successful. A lot of people, if you are, say as an entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur, the way to be a successful entrepreneur, he adds value. He solves a problem. He gives somebody something that they need. So your mother telling you that is 100% right. That's the thing that young men need to understand. You need to add some type of value. You want people to pay attention to you. You want to be successful. Then you got to bring something to the table. Bring something to the table. Now, everybody don't want to do that. Some people just want to go, they just want to do what they're told, you know. But you can't. That's fine. But you can't cry about being unhappy then. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. You know, mom's telling you to bring value, and that's what the young man we need to understand. That's what we want to do with this podcast. That's what we're gonna do with this podcast, is bring value to men out to young men out there, you know. Some people like, oh man, I was talking this one, he's like, oh man, I just don't want to do nothing for all men. That's your problem, man. That's your problem. That's your problem. We that's our problem as men. We do everything we do, we be thinking about females. Nah, bro. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you can't. And another thing that trips me out, and I said this before, is like manhood ain't even important no more to some men. Like, oh man, I saw you. They be like, man, I really see you really hard. You going hard on the manhood stuff, man. And it's important. Ain't it important to you? But that's not what we doing here, man. I love that my brother came through, and I want him. We gonna do more of these, because honestly saying, man, the audience that watches a lot of my videos is his age, and that's who watching. So that's who we need to be having them, other faces on there so they can relate to. You know what I mean? Because a lot of dudes, older dudes, they think they know it all. Okay. You think you know it all, fine. You don't need no help. You got it all together, fine. But some of the younger brothers got their ears open a little bit. So I want to help them out. And that's what this podcast, the Raising Karter podcast, is all about. And that's why I was so excited about having said on, man, so y'all can see a face that y'all can relate to.
Yeah, and I'm happy, man, and I'm glad to be here. At the end of the day, yeah, I'm here like sharing my knowledge and what I've learned, and talking about different topics. But at the end of the day, I'm still here learning. I'm still a student of the game, because my man next to me got so much knowledge. I see the work ethic. I see how much he really doing. So I'm somebody that I definitely look up to. Like I said, I'm constantly a student of the game.
That's what's up.
Because I don't know everything either. So I'm watching and learning, taking notes.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, and I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
That's what's up. And I mean, I love that, because like he said, he's learning from me, you know what I mean? But those boys at that school are learning from him. That's what's up. See, that's what I thought about. That's what I thought about. Like, yeah. I know I had somewhat of effect on Said's life, because he wouldn't be asking to do the pot. He'd be like, man, you know what I mean? But so I'm like, yeah, brother, let's do it. But I know the real effect, the real thing is what he's doing with those kids in that school, and I want people to see it, and that's what it's all about. That's what I want people to see, and I want people to keep seeing it, and I want people to recognize him from being on this podcast and knowing what he's doing. So that is this episode of the Raising Karter podcast with my special guest Said. He will be back, man. You know what I'm saying? He a regular on the show. So, man, is there anything you want to add, man, before we get out of here?
Too much, too crazy, man. Like I said, I'm glad to be here. Get used to seeing my face around, man. I'll be back.
Yes, sir.
We got some stuff we cooking up, man.
Yes, sir.
So stay tuned, man.
Yes, sir, man. All right, man. That was this episode of Raising Karter podcast. If you like this podcast, if we brought you any value, man, tell somebody about the podcast. Like it, leave your comment. If you don't agree with nothing I'm saying, you probably, you know what I mean? You probably like, that, I don't like that one. I don't care. Leave a comment, man, But that is this episode of Raising Karter podcast, and we are out of here. Peace.